Hello, everyone, and I would like to welcome you to this week's time of looking what's happening at Trinity as well as taking our faith out into the world. I'm Pastor Scott, one of the pastors here at Trinity Lutheran Church, and it's my pleasure to share this time with you. What a wonderful day we had yesterday for Rally Day. All kinds of wonderful things happening, all the quilts that were put across all the pews, 129, I believe, that were made this past year for Lutheran World Relief. The mission fair, looking at all the ministries. I know somebody came up to me and said, we really do a lot of good things around here. And I said, yeah. I said, sometimes it's hard to remember all of the ways in which God is working through us. And one of the great things about me having done mission fairs for years, all kinds of different capacities, as nice as they are to get information to people, get some people signed up to new ministries, the other thing is just to be able to see all of the ways in which the Spirit is working through us to do ministry and mission today. And Trinity is a place where God is working and doing lots of good things. Later on in the day yesterday, we had a church picnic. Had a lot of people show up. Beautiful weather, good food, good fellowship. Had the big water slide. People loved that. Even the adults were on the water slide. I was really impressed with some of the adults that had the courage to get up on that big water slide. I didn't do it, but others did. But that was a really, really wonderful event as well. Yesterday we started Sunday school. It was good to see all the young people back in their classes. It's an exciting time. I find this an exciting time when things start to come back. It's chaotic. It's the beginning of school. It's the beginning of a lot of things. It is chaotic, but to me, it's a good kind of chaotic because it's life emerging, this new life that is emerging. And actually, that is one of the themes for this week in our lessons for this week is remembering the whole sense of new life. And I need to grab my Bible real quick for that. Actually, it's not my Bible, it's my Taking Faith home sheet that I use to do these devotions. And the stories of Jesus teaching in the synagogue. He's teaching in the synagogue, and all of a sudden a woman who has been crippled for 18 years gets his attention. And he calls out to her and he heals her and he gives her rest and new life. And here is those verses. It says, when Jesus saw her, he called her over and said, "Woman, you are set free from your ailment." Imagine, after 18 years of having an ailment, being set free from it. When he laid his hands on her, immediately she stood up and began praising God. What a wonderful thing to be freed of torment, to be freed from bondage, to be given new life. That results in praising and thanking God. And I'm sure this woman went out and shared this story and inspired many people about the love of Christ and with the love of Christ. But if you read on, we find out that Jesus gets in trouble for doing this because one of the religious leaders didn't like that he did this work on the Sabbath. The Sabbath was a time of rest. There were lots of rules and regulations around and traditions around what they were not supposed to do on the Sabbath, and this was one of those things. This is a good time to remember, especially as we're starting a new program here, how traditions can start to get in our way and take away life instead of bring it. And that's what I see happening in this story, and it's something that we always need to remember. I hear a lot, and many times I hear people say, "Oh, we're so glad when we can get back to doing this, get back to doing that." And granted, as we continue to come out of COVID and the pandemic, we can get back to doing things. But I always caution people that we also need to look to the future. We also need to look at new ways and new things that God is calling us to. We look to the past for our foundation, but we look to the future in new ways. And that's what the Bible and what Jesus teaches us here. Jesus is teaching in the synagogue, which was a tradition. But in teaching in the synagogue, being there, he was bringing life and helping that woman be freed of bondage was more important than getting the traditions and the rules right. And that's always good news for us too, and something we need to think about. It's something that I'm always challenged by, because I have my traditions, my things I was trained in and have done in ministry for many years. And sometimes it takes somebody to really challenge me to think differently. before I will go in a new direction, maybe a little more healthy direction. So think about this in your own life, whether it's at church, it could be in your family, it could be at work, it could be anywhere. You know, traditions are important because they do bring us stability, and they're an ongoing, regular way that we experience the presence of God. But that's the key, experiencing the presence of God. If our traditions, our rules, regulations start to suck the life out of us or prevent life from happening to others, that's problematic. Jesus came to bring healing. He came to bring freedom from bondage. He came, to help people have a new day. And sometimes that meant traditions and things that people held dearly had to go by the wayside. And that's a discernment we have to continue in our lives today, especially as we sort of start this new time of year, new school year, new program year at church, lots of new things. We remember the past. We use the past as our foundation, but we're also by the Spirit called to look to the future and the new ways that God could be leading us as well. Some things coming up to keep in mind here at Trinity this week. On Tuesday, we have our next table talk. This is at Summit's Tavern. It's on Route 78. This will be at 7 o'clock p.m. And this month, we're talking about another good topic, technology. Technology, is it good? Is it bad? Or maybe is it both? We're going to talk about technology and take a look at how maybe there are some things in the Bible that can give us some guidance in how we use and look at technology. Also, remember now that worship is at 8:30 and 11 on Sundays, and we have Sunday school in between at 9:45. And next week, next Friday and Saturday, the 26th and 27th of August, we have a big help that we need from you. The Lutheran World Relief truck is coming, and it needs to be packed. And we're going to be getting quilts, care kits, and everything for people all over the metro Atlanta area. Okay? We need helpers. We need helpers to pack that truck. I did it last year, and it was fun. It was a real joy working with other people. I got to know some people by working with them. That's a beautiful thing about doing service. Sometimes doing service is not just what you do for someone else, but who you get to do it with along the way and how you get to know them and bond with them. And I found that happening last year when we did this. So great opportunity to serve God's people, great opportunity to work with others, but the help is needed. Again, that's Friday the 26th, Saturday the 27th. There's a sign-up genius in your weekly announcements that you get in the announcement about Lutheran World Relief and the quotes and the care kits and the truck that will be coming. So please pay close attention to that. We really need your help on that. Hey folks, I hope you have a great week. God's blessings to you, and God's blessings on us as we start a new program here. That again, whatever we do would continue to bring help and healing and freedom to God's people. Take care.